Okay, would you like me to start running through my checks?
Yep.
Again, course, Juliet Bravo. Juliet Bravo Alpha. That's a Kilo Juliet Bravo.
This is all good. Straps, mine are 5 and tight.
Mine aren't.
Okay.
Yet.
Instruments, mine in there, all good, no cracking, no fogging, and set to the correct altitude. CBS, instruments, flaps, no flaps fitted on this guider.
T for trim.
Of course, yeah, trim. I don't know why I always get those two confused. I'll do the brakes again. Trim. Trim's all good.
Right, my straps are now tight but comfortable.
Brilliant.
Instruments are all okay.
Okay. We know there's no fitted on this guider. Eventualities.
Okay, they're my issue. If we can't keep the wings level on the ground run, I will pull the bung if the wingtip looks as if it's going to hit the ground. Once we're off the ground, if we get a cable brake, I'll lower the nose into the recovery attitude. If we can land ahead, we will do so. Our approach speed today is going to be 55.
Okay.
As a minimum.
Yep.
If we've got enough height or insufficient height too much height to land ahead, once I've got 55 knots, it'll be a turn to the left. It'll, depending on our height, it'll either be a 360 or it'll be a 180 followed by wings level for a short period, followed by another 180 and then land into wind, maintaining our approach speed all the way around the circuit.
Okay,
Will you join the bottom of that garden?
That's what we're going to do. Right.
Okay.
Get this closed and locked.
Yep, mine's locked and secure. Okay. Open. Brilliant, thank you very much.
It should close.
No, it's there we go, just a bit stiff.
Yeah. Right, okay, you have control again.
Okay.
Okay, so start off with a stick in a similar position to where it was.
Yep.
And again, use the left and right movement to keep the wings level. Use the rudders to keep the glider going in a straight line. As the glider comes off the ground, quick glance at the airspeed indicator. Providing the acceleration is continuing, the nose will continue to climb. And then as we get higher and higher, you'll need progressively more and more stick back. Feel that you need to bring the stick back more to keep the nose up at this altitude. Speed's still good, that's all fine, wings are all level. Keep us climbing at this, stick coming back if you can. You can see we're getting towards the top of the launch, so start to relax the back pressure. Pull us over the top, okay, lower the nose, pull the bung tight. And there we go, that's it, perfect.
Okay. Got 2 garages behind us now.
Yeah. And what we're going to do now, in fact, we'll just. Do you feel that?
I did. Yeah.
I felt that. I stopped and thought. The first thing you do when that happens is look at the vario.
Yeah.
It does mean that it is. Here we go. Right, okay, I'll come on to the controls.
Okay, your controls.
And we'll start an exploratory turn. We're in good lift here, so I'm tightening the turn up now, and we're out of it already, look. However, and again, there's no cables at the launch point, so we can carry on around here.
A little bit there.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back into it.
Okay.
There it is, you feel it. Okay,
yeah.
1, wings level, 1, 2, and back into the turn. And this time I'm going to keep the turn fairly tight in this stronger bit of the lift. I'm bringing the speed deliberately down to around about 45. And in order to maintain the slower speed, I'm just going to ease the trim back.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we're climbing a bit there, we're getting there.
Now you see there the airspeed disappeared?
Yeah.
That's because we left the stronger bit of the lift. As you leave lift and fly into the sink, the airspeed, irrespective of what the attitude of the glider is, the airspeed will decrease.
Yeah.
As you're going into the stronger lift, the airspeed will increase.
Yeah.
So all you have to do, if the speed does decrease, is just lower the nose and keep the turn going.
Yep.
Because it means the thermal's trying to throw you out sideways, and if that's the case, it just repositions you 50 yards further away from the stronger lift. And all you have to do then is, let's say it happens now, let's say there's the sink, so all I need to do is dig the wing in again, get the speed back up and continue the turn. Mainly the way of spotting it's happening is because you're spending most of your time looking out and looking for other gliders. If you look briefly ahead, that happens. You see the nose is slowed down against turning? That means that the thermal is trying to reposition us away from it.
Yeah.
And again, the way to get it going is just to dig it in and keep it going properly.
Yeah.
Let's just get back into the thermal, having gone away from it. We've got two gliders directly behind us at the moment, going around in another thermal. And all I'm doing now is concentrating on keeping the angle of bank the same, keeping the rate of turn going.
There's one just below us now as well. You spotted any just come in.
Right, so we're at what, 1800 feet. So if you want to carry on, you have control now. Just keep us going around at this. A lot of the time I thermal on feel.
Yeah.
So as you go into the stronger bit of the lift, the backside will tell you. You'll get a kick up the backside, followed by the vario showing the increase. And as it comes out of the stronger bit of the lift, it goes all soggy and horrible. See, you've allowed the angle of bank to decrease, so just increase it a wee bit. Excuse me. Right, okay, we're out of the thermal on this side of it. We're going into it again here, so just level the wings about now. Count 1, 2, and now back into the turn again. Back in the same direction, same direction. The thermal's only 300 or 400 yards across. So when you level the wings, if you don't get back into the turn again within 5 seconds, you've gone through the thermal.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so go wings level now.
Okay.
You should go back into it now because we went all the way through it. We might. Yeah, we've already...
Golf Uniform Bravo is turning finals for 09 hard.
I think we've gone into the top of the thermal and we've come out of the top.
Okay.
Right, okay, so we'll go into wind again towards Market Harbour.
Okay.
need to re-trim because I've had the trim further back than normal.
Yeah, I would say that's about right.
Okay, good. The normal flying speed for a K21 between thermals is around about 45 to 50 knots.
Yeah. Two gliders directly above us.
Right, if you have a look, they're thermaling, both of them are thermaling to the right.
Yeah.
So we need to turn in the same direction.
Okay.
So we need to join the thermal on the left-hand side.
Okay, so we want to go over to the left a bit now.
Yeah. So have a look at the two gliders. Keep going to the left a bit more, I think. Stick and rudder together. And round we go now to the right. And again, have a good look before we go into the turn. And once we've gone through about 45 degrees, have another look over.
As far as launch, there is a winch drop down the end of the ferry track, on the side of the ferry track. As far as launch point, do you read? Over. Copy. Yeah, there's the drop table on the end of the runway down there on the far end. Someone go over and retrieve it. Thank you.
Let's go wings level briefly now.
Okay.
Stick and rudder. Let's have a look. 1, 2, and now back into the turn again.
Okay.
There are some thermals, especially if they're relatively weak, when you get the wings level, you just go straight back into the turn, or sometimes you don't even get the wings, the glider wings level, all you do is relax the angle of bank. I think we'll ignore this. Okay, wings level again.
Okay. Nice draw, is it?
When you're flying straight and level, fix an object ahead of you to fly towards, say like the middle of Milton Keynes or the left hand edge or the right hand edge, because when you get a thermal off to one side, it'll roll the wings away from the thermal, and by the time you got the wings level, you've turned through a few degrees. And then the next time that happens, if there's a thermal on the other side, it rolls the wings the other way.
Yeah.
So effectively all you're doing is flying in the sync between a number of thermals. And a quick glance at the wind, the speed, will show you we're a tad slow. Going back into an area of lift again, if this lift gets any good, zero, a little bit of up.
Zero, downwind, right hand, 09.
And it's becoming buoyant a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, you can tell.
See the glider's trying to be moved around, so if we do feel some lift, there's something around here somewhere.
There is, yeah, and I mean, these people have, I'm sure I saw some of these starts down there.
Yeah, but they're way away from us.
Yeah.
Different thermal. As I said, the thermal's only about 400 or 500 yards across. So, you know, if they're more than half a mile away, they're not in the same thermal. Right, what we'll do now is a 180-degree turn back towards Husbands,
Okay.
which is over our left or right shoulder.
Yeah.
Hang on, here we go. Look, a bit of... Let's just try a gentle exploratory turn to the left here.
Okay. Give a good look at.
Okay, now start to dig the wing in so that we tighten the turn, because we're in a bit stronger lift there, aren't we? Although not a lot. However, we'll come round again.
Okay.
As you feel the surge, level the wings. Okay, level wings. 1, 2, and back into the turn. Okay, go wings level again. Let's go back towards our hikey area, down at 1400 feet. Come on the controls, let's see if I can make use of it. Not as strong as the first one, however, let's see if there's anything here.
They're just there of us.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's there, take a slack. There's Sierra, all out, all out.
We'll go and join him and see what he's got. Because if you have a look, you can see we're coming down faster than he is.
Yeah.
So he's obviously playing with something.
I think he's got off.
Yeah.
Oh, we're climbing a bit, aren't we?
Yeah. So if you have a look down at him now, you'll see the difference of what 2 minutes has made.
Yeah.
We're in an area of rising air and he went into an area of sink.
Yeah.
Which, of course you can't see.
Got the K13 there just to the left
Yeah,
of us.
he's just about to join us as well, I think. see, most of the time I'm hardly moving the controls at all.
Yeah.
There are times in conditions that you do need to be a bit more forceful on the controls.
Of course.
And one of those, yeah.
Got the junior right above us as well.
One of those, of course, is the when you're actually turning into a thermal initially, because you're hopefully trying to put the wing down into the air that's going up the maximum amount.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like it. It tries not to bother. So you do have to use a lot of control input then to get things to work properly.
Yeah, there's Vikram in the K13 there.
When I felt the surge, all I did was relax the angle of the bank slightly and then start it going again. But these thermals are not very wide and they're not very strong. When you're thermaling with other gliders, as well as using your own vario, you can use theirs.
Yeah.
So if somebody adopts a different circling pattern, just you'll find that if you go and join him, you might suddenly go up faster.
Yeah.
Bring you loud and clear.
Especially if you see him climbing faster than you. The K13 and the Junior should be climbing faster than we are, because they've got only the weight of the one person.
Yeah.
K13 can thermal at sort of 40 knots, which means it should be on the inside of us. Just. We ain't doing too well at all here. It's about to give up the ghost.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is, if you have a look, we've actually drifted the entire length of the downwind leg, haven't we?
Yeah.
So what
We need
we'll
to fly
do
up
now,
down the leg.
if you want to take over control again,
Yeah.
you have control,
I have control.
we'll do a couple more turns and then we'll go back into wind towards...
November Yankees lines up, immediate departure.
We just did the one turn and we'll level the wings turning towards Market Harbour.
Okay.
Because the Junior's already gone in that direction. There's a seagull thermaling with us as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Junior's over there.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's not quite on to me. So.
Okay, go wings level now. In the distance you can see there's a couple of gliders going around, so we'll meander over in that direction. Now we've got to watch the Junior, but although I know he's a lot higher than we are. If he comes across a thermal and turns left, of course we may end up
Round about
coming
the same
back
time,
towards
yeah.
us. But we'll carry on in this direction. And again, we can perhaps go a bit to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, that will do. And if he finds a thermal, we'll go underneath him. If we find a thermal, he'll probably come in underneath us. Okay, back towards Market Harbour again.
Okay.
That'll do us nicely.
00, right hand 09.
Got a glider directly in front of us
Yeah.
now.
And again, which way around is he turning?
He's turning round to the right.
Okay, so again, when he's pointing directly away from us, if you sort of drop a plumb line down to the ground,
Yeah.
that's where we want to head towards. Okay, so turn the left a wee bit so that he's heading away from us now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because now he's coming back towards us, so in a second or two you're going to be head on to him, which of course is why that's going on. Come left, come left, come left. Okay, we're in some lift here. So let's just try and explore it and return here to the right. There we go.
Now we go to the right.
Okay. As you can see, we've flown through it. However, we'll go back into it again. So again, as we come out of this turn, pointing towards level the wings about now. Go back this way. Have a look at the other glider, you can see them turning. Start to turn around about now, so we'll come underneath them. Good, that's it. Keep the turn going this time. Keep the angle of bank this steep, that's fine. You see why, and when you're thermaling with other gliders, you have to ignore your instruments, which is why everybody has electric barriers with audio alarms on them. But you know, we don't want ours up too much. Keep the turn going, look, it's stopped. Keep the turn going. Tighten the turn. It gets a bit fraught with other gliders around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You get used to it. You end up with your neck muscles enlarged as you're looking down the left, weighing up to the right, up to the left.
Vikram's joined us below
Yeah.
us.
Interesting that he obviously stayed longer in that last thermal,
Yeah.
and it's cost him more in height.
Got Whiskey 4 joining us now
Yeah.
by the looks of it. Just below us on the left side
Yeah.
now.
reading the flam
Yeah, about the
indicator
flam,
when it
yeah.
goes off. So when it starts beeping, don't look at it, just
Okay.
look around you just to make sure. Because by the time you've located where the object is that is making it beep,
You could be head on.
You could be head on, yeah. So just drag your eyes out of the cockpit and start looking around, having a very good look.
Oswald, Juliet Bravo, left hand downwind to 0.
One thing that will happen as you go into a stronger core of thermal, even though the airspeed indicator may go up, it may also raise your nose.
Yeah.
When you fall out of the thermal, it lowers the nose automatically, and when you go into it, it raises the nose. And if you allow the nose to get raised all the time, it's pushing you further away from the middle.
Yeah.
We've got to the top of this, so if we level the wings again and head off towards Market Harbour again.
That's what floats off there, there'll be after this landing.
That's behind us.
Yeah. Glider directly in front of us now.
Yeah. Well, into the distance.
Oh yeah, it's quite far away, but
yeah. The one that was behind us is on our left hand side.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Traffic Golf November Yankees lining up immediate departure.
They're obviously going around in a thermal over there, but I think what we'll do, we'll ignore that.
Okay.
We've been airborne half an hour or so already, so we'll just ignore that, just gently float down. It's a bit difficult to try and concentrate on how to thermal if there's 4 of the gliders around.
Yeah. Got to get used to it sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, but perhaps not until you've gone through.
Well, yeah, of course.
I can remember years and years ago, I was in the Standard Nationals. We were operating out of Dunstable.
Yeah.
And our last leg was back into Dunstable from the northwest.
Yeah.
And I was leading the pack of about 40 aeroplanes that were all bloody following me. And as we approached Vista, there was a K8 going round in a thermal. A K8, very much like the Junior, very early solo machine.
Yeah.
And as I approached it and pulled up, underneath it and started going around, I looked into the K8 and I thought, ah, it's Ron. And I'd sent Ron solo about 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
And I thought, ah, Ron, you're about to get a huge fright soon. And sure enough, as I got towards the top of the thermal, everybody else bloody joined us. And you could see a big sort of Finks bubble coming out. And
Yeah.
Ron saying, ah, what do I do now? So he just levelled the wings and sort of crept away.
Yeah.
Right, so we're sort of beyond the upwind edge of the airfield. We're down at 1,700 feet.
Yeah.
So we can probably afford to carry on in this direction for another couple of 100 feet before we need to turn back
Yeah.
to our high key area.
Got a glider on her right there.
Good. I think if we start a gentle turn around to the left this time,
Okay.
we'll, because the airfield's virtually directly behind us, so it doesn't matter which way we go around. Something else that you get to have a sense of is where you are in relation to the airfield.
Yeah.
And that becomes quite important if you get a rope break when you're having an aero tow.
Of course.
Because suddenly you might need to know which is the quickest way around, whether it's a left-hand 170-degree turn or a right-hand 190-degree turn,
Yeah.
to get back quickly to the airfield. So this is around about sort of high key area, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where we'd normally be at around about 800 feet on our downwind leg. But we're a wee bit high at the moment, so what we could do is just a couple of gentle 360s in this sort of area,
Okay.
just to lose a wee bit more height. Otherwise, instead of 500 feet at the low key area, we'll end up at sort of 700. Sadly, of course, when you do that, you're always in bloody sync when you're doing a turn.
Yeah.
So we're losing more height than we would normally do, but we've still got another height to do another turn. It's interesting, the hawthorn trees are still in flower down there. See all that white
Yeah.
flowers on the trees. See, that's a good show of how you're progressing, because I'm so relaxed I'm looking at the trees on the ground.
That's good.
Yeah. Right, 1,000 feet, we're probably still a bit too high, so we'll do
Okay.
it for one more turn.
Alright.
And as we come around this time, you'll see there's one glider ahead
Yeah,
of us.
already spotted
And
him.
you can sort out your datum line to fly parallel to. So we're just following around. I didn't realise that he was going to do that. Never mind. Right, okay, so if we were doing downwind checks, have you been shown or taught about downwind checks yet?
Very briefly.
Okay, water which we haven't got,
Yeah.
undercarriage which is down and fixed,
Yeah.
loose articles, how are your straps?
Yeah, my straps are all good. Yeah.
Okay, and flaps which we haven't got.
No.
Right, okay, so we're approaching the low key area, which is the B-mile landing area, which is about now. So if you
Yeah.
lower the nose and trim for the approach speed.
Yeah, we're about 55 knots.
Okay.
Now.
And when you're looking over your shoulder, turn left 45 degrees.
Okay.
Okay, that'll do. That's about 45 degrees.
Okay.
You've got the other glider there.
Yeah.
Who's decided he wants to turn straight onto a base leg. Have a look at our landing area again. Maintain our approach speed.
Okay.
Have a look back at the landing area. When we're looking back at 90 degrees, which we are now, turn the second 45 degree leg. Which is there. A little bit further around to the left, but it's not too much of a problem at the moment. Okay, that's fine. Because of course this makes us cross our extended data line at 90 degrees, doesn't it? Okay. Maintaining our approach speed, and when you think the time is right, turn left onto finals.
Around about now.
Hands on the air brake lever, ready to use them.
Okay.
If we were to use them now, where do you reckon we would touch the ground?
Quite close.
Quite close.
Quite towards the fence there.
Okay. But if we were to open them out now, we'd touch down sort of roughly in the right place, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
So select about 3/4 air brake. Once we're over the hedge, you can go to full air brake, in fact. And you can see where the other glider stopped, so we want to stop to head right. Okay, spin the nose up the pad. Nicely done. Stick back until we stop, and keep the glider going in a straight line, keeping the wings level. There we go.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Excellent.
How was that landing?
That was fine, wasn't
Brilliant.
it? No problem. But did you see the way that we were beginning to slightly overshoot?
Yes,
when
I
we were
did,
over
yeah.
the trees, I said, okay, go full brake, and that brought us down a little bit steeper.
Yeah.